which is just looking at people's past lives, if you believe in reincarnation. I don't know if I believe what she is saying is true, but it's something that I found very interesting. She said that sometimes when people commit suicide, they have done that in prior lives. And I thought that was really interesting. But she said that, that life is the spirit moves on and it goes on through eternity. And so I thought that was something just to offer up, and in that we will keep going and we'll keep interacting with family and friends. And that's all I wanted to share.
Thank you so much.
Hmm.
Appreciate that so much. All right, so I'm going to keep letting people in. And those of you who are just joining, thank you so much for being here. We just went over, kind of housekeeping just to let everyone know that we're here to interact and celebrate and acknowledge our beautiful friend, Dennis Johnston. And Angelica just kind of graced us with some words of wisdom. And we're going to go into a nice opener to share funny memories regarding Dennis. And Toria is going to walk us through that experience.
Hi, everybody. I don't really know how funny the memory is, but it is very dear. So, Dennis and I were actually neighbors for a time,
Mm,
and it happened to be when the blackout happened. I don't know if anybody was in New
I
York or
remember.
remembers that,
I
but
Hmm.
yeah, and he was so calm. I will never forget this. We were walking to the train, and that's when it happened. We were on our way to work, and I was like stunned, what am I going to do? And he was like, "Well, let's just stay outside. Let's just walk around until it gets dark, And
Hmm.
then he walked me up to my apartment door, and the whole time throughout the blackout, he would come, like, make sure I was okay. They made me breakfast. They made me food every day. I went, to his
Wow.
apartment and I stayed there as much as I could. And I remember I was so stressed out because I had ice cream in my refrigerator, in my freezer. I don't understand why the ice cream was so important to me, but I was like, we need to get back and get that ice cream. Um, so I
Oh,
feel like that experience of um he was so selfless and so quick to say, come, I'll take care of you. You can come stay with us. I want to make sure you're safe is a feeling. It's like one of the memories to me that encapsulates my relationship with Dennis, which was a very beautiful one. Um, and I also want to share, like, one of the life lessons I got from being so close to Dennis was the idea, like, Dennis loved to debate. And he was very good at it.
yeah.
But his thing was, I want you to understand where I'm coming from, and I want to understand where you're coming from, but we don't ever have to agree.
Mm.
And I thought that was something that I take with me. So, with that said, if anybody else would like to share, it would be helpful if you drop your name in the chat, and then we can just go in order like that. You know, no pressure, but if you want to share, please do.
I would love to. Um, Hi, everybody. It's Sangria Bello saying for all that know me. Um, I don't know, I don't want to say like many, but when Dennis and I first met, we were like oil and water.
Mm.
We became friends, and we grew to love each other over many, many years. But um, Dennis, Stephen Washington, and Natalie. and a few other Americans started in the Toronto company together. And in the Toronto company, everyone's contract is on a yearly basis, not just the principals. And so they had this turnover, and the cameras were on us. They brought these Americans in. They were looking at us sideways, whatever. And for those that don't know, Natalie and I did the ballet in Can You Feel the Love Tonight? And Dennis was one of the flyers. So we had our put in. Everything went great. The dance captain, there was a little time left over. The dance captain said, "Do you want to run the ballet again?" And Natalie and I were like, "Absolutely. It's our first musical. It's a big night. A lot of eyes on this." So we finish. The lights are up in the house. Dennis is in the aisle, one of the center aisles. And the whole creative team is in a circle around him. The Canadian creative team and the American creative team, Aubrey Lynch included. We all love Aubrey, Aubrey Lynch included. And I just look at Dennis and he goes, "You lied, you lied, you lied, you lied," to all of them. I was appalled. I'm a concert dancer. You never, under any circumstances, speak to your bosses like this. Apparently, what had happened was he had asked numerous times if anyone had ever been dropped from the Foy flying. And they all said, "No, no, no, absolutely not, absolutely not." Well, Dennis, as we all know, Dennis didn't take that first answer as gospel. Dennis went around and he spoke to one of the crew guys that had been working on the show already. And he's like, "Well, in fact, one person has been dropped." That was enough for Dennis. Dennis was not having it. And he was like, "Listen, I'm not," he said, "I refuse to, I'll go on, but I refuse to do that particular, you're not hoisting me up in the air because you're liars. All of you are liars."
Wow.
And I'm shocked. Natalie is shocked. We're just watching this all unfold in front of us. And trust and believe, Dennis didn't go on for a week, an entire week. A swing went on for that particular number. But what I learned from that was that stand up for yourself, stand in your,
Yeah.
be confident, even in the face of adversity, even in front of your bosses, because us dancers here on this call, we're so used to suffering in silence, and because there's always someone else that'll do it, someone else will be okay with it, and Dennis wasn't, and he showed me something about myself very early on. Again, our relationship developed into a very beautiful one, but he showed me that it's okay to have a voice. And I will never forget that. And I'm so grateful for him to show me that in the way that he did.
That was beautiful. Thank
That is beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. Natalie's next up.
you. I'm gonna stick to one story because I have so many. But, oh my gosh, so many stories. And I also want to be respectful because everyone has something to share. One of my more recent memories of Dennis, we would have these long hours and hours on the phone conversations on the weekend, like just hours, right? And for some reason, we got into this conversation about like headphones, right? And one day we were FaceTiming. And this is like now, like over before he passed away. And he was like, "Are those headphones? Do they have? Do you have wires?" And I was like, "Yeah, this is. I like these." He was like, what? What's wrong? Like what? Like it was a problem. I was like, "I like these. Like they're better for you. You don't have." And he
He was talking to
he did not. Y'all, I promise you, within 24 hours, he had asked me for my address. He sent me wireless
Bluetooth.
and then accompanied with a YouTube video with this man walking around cutting people's headphones. It was like a 5 minute. I was crying loud. Like I was like, I could not believe he was like, I was like, did you hate? He was so funny to me that he did not want me. He was like, no, you will have wireless. You need to get out of the Stone Age. And it was like so calmly, so generously, but also no. And that's my memory.
That's funny. Thanks, Natalie. Steven.
Wow, it's so good to be here with everybody and celebrating the life of our beautiful friend Dennis. Um, One thing that comes to mind about Dennis is that Dennis loved to eat. He loved to eat. He loved sweets, it just reminds me of how he valued just like the coming together of folks over food. And if Dennis found something that he liked, you had to try it too,
Yes.
especially if it was something sweet. And I remember going someplace, a donut shop on 23rd Street. We met up. I don't even know if I was still doing the show. I may have left by then, and we were just coming together just to reconnect. And he just like, you have to try these donuts. You have to try these donuts. And he, instead of like buying one donut, he like bought several. And he's like, you have to try this one. You have to try that one. And I was like, okay, okay, Dennis. But like whenever Dennis had something, whether it was something delicious or something that just brought him so much joy, he just felt like he had to share it. You know, even listening to Natalie, you talk about the headphones. These wireless headphones revolutionized his life, and he's like, you have to experience this too.
The hummingbird cake. Oh, yes,
Oh, yes, that
Jennifer.
too.
Yes. He introduced me to
Yeah.
that too.
And for
Yeah.
somebody
Same.
who loved food so much, he was like, where did it go? He was just always snatched.
Right.
Snatched.
Snatch. Yeah.
Sweet Dennis.
That's great.
Thanks, Stephen. Chandra Prophet.
Hi, everybody. Look at your beautiful faces. Oh my God. Well, I just to like piggyback right on the food thing, since we're already there. Uh Dennis, y'all, Dennis taught me how to garden.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys remember when he left this show, he had moved upstate or was like going upstate a lot and was staying in this beautiful tucked away home in upstate, not really upstate, but like an hour and a half or so away. And he was like, you need to come. I was doing photos with him all the time and like being his like muse, like I need to try everything, new. I have new cameras. Just call out, just come to me, come where I am because I need to do this, I need to do that. So I was spending a lot of time with him, and he in that home, he really loved that home because of the garden. And he was like, I love this garden. You need to learn how to garden. And I was like, I ain't got time for that. We live in New York. Like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do when I bring this back? He was like, you need to learn how to garden. Those hips, those thick legs, honey. You need to learn how to garden, which brings me further back when we were in the show together, and I was his knowledge to his Simba. He was like, "Girl, if you don't get those thick legs."
no.
No, he did.
Yeah.
Y'all know
No.
he always screamed his back. My back hurts. Everything hurts on me. My back. And he was like, your thick legs need to go up just a little bit higher because the corset is hitting me here and it already hurts. And I need your legs to be here, up here. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna fly for you. I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna fly. But Dennis, Dennis was one of my like confidants. I used to, because he was always asking me to come help him do like lighting stuff, like be his muse for his new equipment and cameras and stuff. We did spend a lot of time together. And so I one of my favorite people, many stories, many laughs, many cries, many all the things. But I'm just so grateful that he was a part of me, a part of my life. He still is a part of me, a part of my life. And of course, like all of us being a part of each other because of our connection. So that's my 2 cents. Girl, get your thighs up, okay?
Those of you who just hopped on, we're doing like if you'd like to share a memory, just drop your name in the chat, and then Tori is going to call on you.
Yeah. Thanks, Chandra. Gabriel. Hi.
Hi, beautiful people. It's so great to see you all. Oh my God. It's been a really long time for us, a lot of you. Um, I just want to share a moment about how talented Dennis was. Like, besides being a photographer, he also taught himself how to play guitar and he wrote
Yes.
songs. And I remember Christopher Freeman, I don't think he's on here yet, but Chris Freeman and I were blessed to be his backup singers for, he created like a little concert for himself for his songs. And I remember actually one of my favorite songs of his was from his dog, Zooey. And, uh, and I remember we spent a lot of time working on the harmonies of that song because that song was very important to him. So I just remember that was a really special time, and I remember being very um, enamored of the fact that because I remember when I first got into Lion King 2, it was enough just to do the show. I felt like I was exhausted all the time,
Yeah.
and to see him just do all these different things was really kind of inspirational to see the fact that he again taught himself how to play guitar and created songs and it was really I remember there were many times when I would love to in between scenes he'd be playing his guitar if he wasn't on and I would just kind of harmonize the different songs with him, so it was just really a really beautiful moment in time with him, so very inspired by his tenacity.
Me too. Thank you. Brian, please.
Hey, folks.
Hi, Brian.
Hi. Of course, I got to know Dennis through The Lion King, but my real experience in getting to know him was in Ohio, where
Oh,
I'm at now. I came back to take care of my parents in Ohio, in Cleveland, and he's from Ohio. I didn't know he was from Ohio. I went and got getting my graduate degree at Kent State, and Gregory King was teaching dance there and had the dance company, and he hired Dennis to come and take the portraits, the photos of his dancers. And I'm like, I didn't even know he had that extra talent. You spoke about him, but he definitely was a Renaissance man.
yes.
And the
Oh,
idea
good.
that he was this great photographer. And so the last shots I got were from Dennis. I went down to his home. He was taking care of his parents in Canton, Ohio. And, we had a great session and we went out to eat afterwards. And I got to know him a little better. We had a debate about the 1619 Project, which you can imagine
Uh-huh.
that book
Very
have
intense.
very intense. But not to be a downer, but I made a connection with him, and coming back to Ohio, it was nice to have somebody, an artistic connection. And I tried to continue the connection, and he sort of ghosted me. You
Yeah.
know, I did not know that he was battling with this kind of depression.
Hmm.
Gregory King had said, well, he goes in and out sometimes, but when I heard that he had committed suicide, it was just so devastating to me because there were signs of this depression. And with all the joy and all the talent that he had, that depression would be so overwhelming that he felt he needed to lead his life. Um, but rest in peace. And as Angelique said, I mean, I do believe in your soul is continuously learning and evolving, and you will come back, and you are surrounded by the ancestors and your family
Hmm.
connection. And so, he will continue to evolve and grow. His spirit will continue to grow and evolve in peace and in love.
Thanks so much, Brian. Anybody else?
Oh, I put my name in the chat.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see it, but go ahead, please.
Yeah, of course. Hi, Toria. It's Erica. I know
Hi.
from you. God, it's like my heart's racing because I find it very surreal to be doing this, talking about Dennis in this way.
Hmm.
That we're coming together like this, many of us, I haven't seen Natalie, Steven, Sangria. Like, when did we start the show? It was 2001, I think, is
Yeah.
when we
Yeah.
started rehearsals. And, I was in that group. And many of you I've met through Dennis over the years. And a lot of my memories of Dennis are kind of like that early 2000s. But I remember we were in our music rehearsal for this new cast changeover. And our MD would be like, and I can't remember who the MD was at the time, but they were like, so it's B, C, D, D. And he's like, I don't know what this B, C, D thing is. I don't read music. So, I mean, maybe he eventually ended up learning how to read music, but he was like, I don't know what this B, C, D thing is, you know? But then they'd play the melody and he'd sing it. And I'm like, what is this voice? Because he had this beautiful voice. It was limitless and it was so natural and, you know, untrained, but just angelic, amazing. And to be honest, I don't know how much Dennis and I even had in common when we first met. But we somehow became very close. As many of you said, he was very generous. He was giving, sharing. You know, I'm Canadian, so I was like part of the Canadian crew, and I would come to New York to take dance class. He'd let me stay with him, and we did lose touch over the past few years, and that makes me sad, obviously. But I'm so grateful for that time we had together when we did, because I think it was a really special time in my life for sure. Very just to have a friend like him. You know, we came from very different places, very different backgrounds, but we were really close. And so I'm just happy to honor him with everyone today, and, you know, talking about him more and more. You know, it's really nice. And so I'm happy to connect and be here with you all. But we love you, Dennis.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry if I missed anybody else. Please speak up if you want to share something.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Not forever.
Derek.
Derek.
Oh, sorry, my screen is a little bit blurry. Good morning. Well, good day to everybody. I'm in Australia at the moment. So wonderful to see everybody's faces, and thank you so much for putting this together. I'm wildly overwhelmed by this, just being so far away and not being able to touch somebody's hand and, you know, just talk to somebody about it. Thank you, Mochi. Dennis, now, if y'all know anything about Derek, Derek is a flirt, and Derek falls in love with everybody. And my journey of coming to comfort with my sexuality and everything, most of that happened while I was at the Lion King. And Dennis was my crush. And I was like, oh, I love Dennis, I love Dennis, I love Dennis. And he was like, boy, if you don't leave me alone. But also so wildly compassionate and understanding of the journey that I was on, you know? And in the times where I would struggle, he would be the one that would pull me to the side, and even the sweetest, simplest thing that he would say, it would be so perfectly placed every single time, you know? And so our friendship was just something that I treasured for my entire life. And I tried to stay in touch. And like some others here, it became increasingly more difficult when he began to withdraw. But I am just so grateful for the time that I had with him and with Zooey, and just everything that he put in my heart. And I know that's a little bit disjointed, but I just felt the need to say it out loud, you know, because hopefully in saying it to you, he's hearing it and feeling and hearing my gratitude for everything that he did for me, and how he showed me how to just be so elegant in life and just be bold. So I just wanted to chime in and say that. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, I think everybody was in love with him too, but he didn't want everybody. So thank you, everyone. Okay, so we're going to close on that section. Thank you so much for sharing memories. If something comes back up and you want to throw it in the chat, please feel free. We're going to move into the next section, and we called it make a music video. So we'll see how that works out today, y'all. Rod is going to walk us through this section and make it interactive if possible, and he will kind of talk to us about what that's going to look like. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm a walking
Hey,
we just make a music video section. Yes, Natalie. So I just thought it'd be kind of cool if you do have like any kind of photo or like a favorite picture or something that's kind of in your whatever, and you could just drop it in the chat so that we can share, some memories and some good times. I'm gonna start with one. Let me make sure I can do this right, because let me tell y'all what. I am a not. I haven't been on the Zooms in a minute, okay? Because we've been able to get back to being around each other and stuff. But let me see if I can do this right. If I want to share a picture, oh, boom, there we go. Wait a second. Nope, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Hey, wait, Natalie, can I just drop it in the chat in like a text box, or is there a thing
Drop in the
that
chat, or you can do the I think there was a plus sign. It depends on what you're on. You're on.
my iPad?
Wow.
Mm-mm.
Hold on, I got you. I got you. I got
is
you.
is there where it says more, the three dots? Click on that, and I think
Or just copy the photo and
There was
then
no
paste it in the
rehearsal.
chat.
You didn't do a rehearsal.
We did.
We did a
We
mini
did
thing. It wasn't
rehearsal
a
Kind of put in.
yesterday.
We did a
Put in
mini
last
put
night.
in.
Come on now,
We
Mochi.
sure did, Mochi. You know we did.
We had a put
Okay.
in.
We
I'm
had
gonna
a put
start with
in.
this one.
We had a
It's
very
her
cute
squinty, judgy
tech
eyes. No
rehearsal.
rehearsal? What happened?
Okay, can everyone see this? Okay, I just dropped one in the chat.
Yes, I see it.
Yes, I remember
Yes.
this
Oh, that's
All
a
right, I'm
one.
gonna
good
play a
one.
little. I'm gonna play a little Dennis music if you guys can hear it. Can you hear that?
Play it again.
Body. Was that a Broadway Bears?
That was a Broadway Bears.
Oh, Camille, that's so cute.
Remember when they used to make us starve ourselves to go dance with people?
Yes.
Yeah.
But we look good.
Oh my God, and Tony.
I got that one, and then here's another one.
But if he can tell him to be right here for me, or try again tomorrow.
I had this birthday party. You know how we all just love to have an occasion. Anytime we could have like any kind of party or get together, happy trails party. It always ended up us doing some across the floor or some combination. But that was from one of my birthday parties, and everyone was so generous as to dress up in white. It was absolutely amazing.
That's okay, man. She don't like them anyway.
And then some random things from just random regular days out. Toria, you'll get a kick out of this one. I'm pretty sure this picture is from
Ooh.
cafeteria in the downstairs area of that establishment.
I remember
Good
cafeteria.
one.
I have that picture too.
I love.
Oh my
Still
God.
bringing out the white party. Come on, you.
Yes.
Those runway shows.
The
Yes.
Runway,
Remember
Project
that?
Runway.
Oh my God.
The runway shows. Oh my goodness! Look at that boa. Where did I get that boa from? Don't nobody know.
We could always find some way to find a thing to,
Yes.
stand out and do some things at an event or gathering. So
Pass
it
the
didn't take
time,
much.
especially during those 9-show weeks, 9-show day weeks.
It felt like months.
And then I have this one here. This is another one from that same party. Natalie was my hair inspiration because you always had the most amazing hair. And I was like, if I could just get my fro to be thick and amazing like Natalie, I'm going to be somebody and something in life.
That took every free moment I had to be. Every time you saw me.
Oh, that's a good one. There's Rima and Toria. Wow. Wait, when is that picture from, Angelica?
That's from a Gemini party.
Oh, yes.
Why am I not in there?
Yeah.
I was in Gemini.
You were. I think there's 3 pictures,
Oh my
and
God,
that
sorry.
one.
Is my mic on? Oh, no.
You were on
Sorry.
vocal
It's
rest.
on mute.
Sorry.
Josh was on vocal rest.
Oh, oh my God.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna also just tap back in with just this one little random story I have about
Oh.
Dennis. Right when I first started The Lion King and I was in rehearsals over at New 42nd Street Studios, at that same time they were kind of ramping up or like pulling in some more covers and understudies for the adult Simba. And I remember I was in rehearsal, and Tori, I think you may have been there, you and or Ruth Lynn, and at one point not Joe, yeah, it was Joe Church, had a couple of people come in from that were currently in the Broadway cast to sing for Simba. So it was like, where I'd take a
Mhm.
break, people were coming in and out and in and out. So I'm just like excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, everybody's so nice, everybody's so wonderful. And then the door opens. Dennis with like some shoulder bag on and just focused. He said he popped his music out. He did like one little look and looked back over, sang his face
Face
off,
off, right?
then closed the book and walked right out the thing. He didn't
Uh-uh.
say nothing about it. I was like, who is that? And why is he? What is going on? But I remember that was one of the first memories I have of Dennis. It didn't say a word to any of us, just in, boom, and out. I said, okay, okay. But that always makes me laugh when I think of that. So, oh, these are great photos. Wait, I think I have one more to share. And this one where'd it go?
You all remember that picture of Jeremiah?
Ooh.
And they had a whole photo shoot, and they cut the soccer ball. They
Mm.
cut the soccer ball and put it on his head. And he took these pictures, and they are amazing. They are so
Wow.
editorial because Jeremiah looked like that anyway.
Correct.
But the nerve of them to just cut up a soccer ball. Like,
Amazing.
why would you do that? Who would even think like this is gonna make a good photo?
Well, the same reason why you make a wedding dress out of tissue paper, right, Jennifer?
That's right. That's right.
And then
Like
win the
crepe
whole
paper.
competition.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing.
Thank you. If anybody else wants to put some pictures in,
Yes.
we love to see them.
Yes.
I don't have any pictures, but can I say something?
Love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just first of all, hello everybody.
Uh,
You all were every one of you pretty much was a huge part of my life and still remain that way, even though I don't necessarily see you all every day. Um, and Dennis was very much that too. And the crazy thing is that you kind of lose touch through the years, but when you see somebody that you kind of hit it off with, you just kind of pick up where you left off, you know. Um,
mhm,
but I'm adopted, and Dennis was adopted and discovered he was adopted, and I had tracked my biological parents. So we talked about all of
mhm,
the ins and outs of that, and he eventually found his biological mother, who was, I think, in Dayton, Ohio, and being mixed and all of the things that adoptions in the 70s, brought free love amongst the blacks and the whites. And but I just
Ah,
remember he always had a calm about him, even clearly when there were storms of his own going on inside. He, for me, always provided a calm. Like, just his presence was calm. We wouldn't necessarily have to talk about stuff, but if he just swung by and was like, "Hey, Josh," whatever. I mean, it was just such a peaceful energy. you know um I grew up with a manic depressive. My mom is 88 now, and my adopted mom is 88 now, and she is bipolar and a manic depressive. And as you grow in this illness, there are ebbs and flows to it. And even though there were thunderstorms happening on top, he always provided a calm, so as to not worry people. So, I wasn't going to say anything because I feel like I'm just going to burst into tears at any second, but such a beautiful spirit. And if there's one thing that Lion King teaches us, is that those kings are up there and they're always there. Those ancestors and they're there.
Yeah.
Always. And I'm happy that he's amongst the stars and amongst people who love him. And he always will be. Very thankful for him.
Yeah. He was loved.
And he still is loved.
He still is loved.
That was so beautiful.
Thank you for saying that.
So as we get more emotional about our friends, I would like to enter the main experience. And the main experience is going to be led by Stephen and Toria. And we're going to do a large group memory game. And they will talk us through. Toria is going to give us the rundown, and we're going to see how this works out.
We'll see. So yeah, we crowdsourced some questions, and thank you for those who submitted your fun facts. And so I'm gonna rattle them off. And if you would set up right now, instead of messaging everyone, just to message Stephen. And then just shoot those answers over. This is really listen, let me tell you this. Some of the answers have already been revealed. So you have a leg up about some of these things. Let me find all the questions real quick. Okay. And I'll go as fast as as fast as I can. Just keep it popping. Okay. All right. Stephen, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. All right. Where did Dennis start his journey with The Lion King? Broadway, Toronto, Gazelle Tour, or Cheetah Tour? I lost it. Okay. Dennis understudied which hyena? Dennis was a Simba understudy, true or false? Where outside of Broadway did Dennis perform? La Scala, Carnegie Hall, Royal Albert Hall, or Sydney Opera House? Which ballet company did Dennis dance with? Bolshoi Ballet, Royal Ballet, or the Met Opera Ballet? Which modern dance company did Dennis tour with? Murray Lewis and Nicolai, Merce Cunningham, Martha Graham, or Pilobolus? What unusual thing did Dennis buy to try to protect the baby groundhogs near his home? A scarecrow, owl statues, a chicken wire fence, or motion activated sprinkler system? What Depeche Mode song created one of Dennis's most unforgettable concert moments? Personal Jesus, Enjoy the Silence, Somebody, or Just Can't Get Enough? This is true or false. Dennis was signed to a modeling agency called Paper Dolls, DOLLZ. Please name all of the following that were hard for Dennis to resist: a very warm winter coat, a beautifully tailored jacket, a t-shirt with a deep V, and sweet treats.
All the above.
Hello.
What was Dennis?
Toria, I have to tell you, bless y'all. These answers are coming so fast, I can't keep up. So we're just doing a fun little quiz and sharing the answers, and we're all winners.
It's just for fun. But you know, I was trying to set up the competition, but I'll go back and reveal the answers. Or people can just shout out the answers later when we go back. What was Dennis's first role in The Lion King? A Simba standby, the male gazelle track, a dancer singer swing, or Birdman? Which of Santa's reindeer did Dennis most identify with? Rudolph, Vixen, Prancer, or Cupid? Last question. Dennis named the groundhog that lived in his yard Lil Thick. True or false? That was it. How do you think you did? All right.
Sure.
I'll go back to the beginning and we can just yell out the answers. Where did Dennis start his journey with The Lion King?
Toronto.
Woo!
Yay!
Okay. Wait, that was correct. He understudied which hyena?
Ed.
Was Dennis the Simba understudy?
Yes.
Yes.
Did he perform at La Scala, Carnegie Hall, Royal Albert Hall, or Sydney Opera House?
La Scala.
La Scala.
Yep.
I guess on that one.
Which ballet company? Bolshoi, Royal Ballet, or Met Opera Ballet?
Met Opera.
He toured with which modern dance troupe? Murray Lewis and Nicolai, Merce Cunningham, Martha Graham, or Palopoulos?
Murray Lewis.
Cunningham.
Nicolai.
Which one?
Nicolai.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hold please. Okay, what unusual thing did Dennis buy to try to protect the baby groundhog near his home? A scarecrow, owl statues, a chicken wire fence, or motion activated sprinkler system?
I thought owls.
I'll put a scarecrow.
I put chicken wire fence.
Owl statues.
I got that one wrong.
Mm.
What Depeche Mode song created some of Dennis's most unforgettable concert moments? Personal Jesus, Somebody, Enjoy the Silence, or Just Can't Get Enough?
Just can't get enough.
Somebody.
Wasn't it
Can't
Personal
get enough.
Jesus?
I said
Enjoy the
somebody.
silence.
I could enjoy the silence too.
Enjoy the silence.
Same.
I'm about to listen to all those songs.
Me too.
Right?
Yeah, it's so much. Yeah.
Somebody is the correct answer.
That's what I said, I
Oh.
guess.
Somebody.
Somebody, yeah. Was Dennis signed? Did he have a modeling contract with Paper Dolls?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Is that a TV show?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I was
He
so
sure
glad
did.
Halle Berry.
Dolls.
Okay.
Dolls. Dolls.
What was hard for Dennis to resist? The warm winter coat, a beautifully tailored jacket, a t-shirt with a deep V, or sweet treats?
All of it.
All of the above.
Yes. Yep. What was Dennis's first role in The Lion King? A Simba standby, male gazelle track, dancer, singer, swing, or Birdman?
Mel Gazelle.
Dancer, singer, swing.
Mel
Oh,
Gazelle.
it was a Mel Gazelle.
Oh, as in Toronto, I forgot.
Yeah, he was jumping.
Male gazelle.
Male
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
Okay.
Ramon Flowers.
Oh, right, right.
That's like the induction they make you start in that crazy track.
They do.
Because if
What
you
is
can
that?
survive that, you can
Aubrey's
survive
track.
anything.
Right.
That's Aubrey's track, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
That New York song.
Mm.
Which of Santa's reindeer did Dennis most identify with? Rudolph, Vixen, Prancer, or Cupid?
Rudolph.
I was trying to find that picture, Toria, and I couldn't.
I
know.
I'm gonna put it in the chat.
He was like,
We did a
I'm
whole
gonna put
reindeer
it in the
collage.
chat right now.
I can't remember.
Vixen?
Is it Prancer? Is it Vixen?
Vixen?
It's not
It's
Rudolph?
Cupid.
Cupid?
I was thinking
Yep.
of the last two.
It was
Yeah, one of the
Cupid.
last two.
That's cute.
And I think Garland was our Santa or something like that. We had all the rest of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So cute. That was
Yeah,
so
that was a fun time.
cute. Chandra, do you believe that Dennis named the groundhog on his yard Little Thick?
Absolutely.
You are correct. Thank you so much to everybody who
Little bit.
who sent us
Yeah.
facts.
So funny.
I appreciate y'all.
I will never forget that. That is hysterical.
Oh,
Wow.
so many beautiful photos. Wow.
I have a picture a little thick somewhere.
You do?
You,
You do?
you have got to put that in the chat.
I gotta see that. That is hysterical. Now I'm like
Little thickums.
a little thick.
Pretty thick. That's why I call
Mhm.
That is hysterical.
I want to tell you guys about the Depeche Mode concert.
Oh, yes.
We slept out all night for tickets in line at Blossom Music Center. And I kept having Dennis sing and sing because I always liked to listen to him sing when we were teenagers. And somehow we got to the front of the line and we got front row center stage tickets. And this was in 1988. And so when we went to the concert and we were right up front and somebody came on and Martin Gore is the one that sings Somebody. And while he was singing, he locked eyes with Dennis for I don't know how long. I mean, I didn't really see it, but I saw his reaction. He was so, oh my gosh, did you see that? It was such a moment. He was like Martin Gore was singing that song to him. And that song really that song when we were teenagers really resonated with him because he really just wanted somebody to do all those things that were in that song. And but that was a very memorable moment. He never forgot it. I didn't either. So it was fun.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. All right, so we are getting to some of our last few moments. I'm going to try to play one of his songs, and I'm not sure how the audio is going to sound on your end, but if it's rough, I tried. And then afterward, we'll slide into the next section. I'll talk about it then. So, media tribute.
Say that a girl should desire to the back of the store. He took me by surprise, and it's all touched a pearl on my hair. A word I might find on the floor.
Yeah, body is not working very well. Everything else.
When I left with a he picked up his stride and the bride dragged along. His heels clicking hard on the floor as he felt like the end of the world. That hurts. Saw tears swim. She had a way alone and said, not about me. I'm still waiting here, you see.
All right. Thank you guys. I know the sound wasn't amazing, but we're working with videos that are passed on, but I hope that you got a little bit in there.
We got to hear his voice.
Amazing.
Even a little.
Amazing. Thank you. So now we're going to go into a dear new friend of ours, Angelique, who was a very, very good friend of Genesis for many years. And she is going to share one of Dennis's poems, possibly, and she'll let us know now.
A few weeks before Dennis passed, he was sending me just different poems, and he sent this one to me probably a couple weeks before he passed. But he'd also sent this to me. Looking back through the text, a couple of years ago, actually. So it must have resonated with him. But it goes, I live my life in widening circles that reach out across the world. I may not complete this last one, but I give myself to it. I circle around God, around the primordial tower. I've been circling for thousands of years, and I still don't know. Am I a falcon, a storm, or a great song? And I think he was all three.
Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Angelique.
Thank you so much. So, all right, we're coming to our end of our journey here, but before we close out, I'm just gonna have us all take maybe 30 to 45 seconds, just a moment of silence. And then before we close out, we will have a little dance party segment to send us all off, led by Mr. Stephen Washington. And I just want to thank you all. So if you could take a moment to, if you can't be silent, you can just mute and just let's give him our presence for a moment. Thank you all. And now we're going to move in, and Stephen's going to guide us through our next adventure together.
Can I jump in and say something before we go to dance party? Just briefly. I met Dennis just after he left the show, and so had the opportunity to meet some of you, and I met all of you because he talked about everyone in the show so much, and it took me so long. I didn't understand it because it was such a deep community, and he had such strong, loving bonds with each of you and many people who are not here, and I couldn't. Dennis was easy to love and sometimes hard to reach. He was just so introverted, and he in many ways had this huge, big world, and in a lot of ways he kept his world small, and I couldn't understand it. But another thing I learned from him and that he just so taught me was the ways that we're all connected in ways we don't even understand, and the ways our heart connection, our spirit connection. And I think that's, part of many things I cherish about him is his deep empathy and how he just believed we were all connected and he cared for all people and living things. And it really, really affected him when people weren't treated as they should be. And I think I eventually came to learn that this community and family he had from the show, that despite, I was like, why are we not hanging out with him every Friday night? These people are amazing. And eventually I came to learn that he was connected in his way. And of course he did continue to see people somewhat, but not as much as I could. Like, I didn't get it. And then I was, oh, you're all connected, and that's part of what he taught me. And it just means so much to see so many people from the show and not from the show, but coming together for this so many years after he left it. And like that connection he had with all of you is still there. And it's really beautiful.
Thank you so much. Truly, thank you. That is so, so incredibly true. Yeah, and to keep connection, this like inspired me to create a collective for us monthly to just touch base informally um, with mindfulness activities. And you know, you drop in when you can, you drop in and you say what you need to, or you say nothing. And the next one is going to be on March 30th. So if I don't have your email and you want to participate, please throw it in the chat and you'll get emails because it's really just an area for everyone who's in the creative space, or even if you're just needing support, in whatever way. It's about creating community um, because we really thrive in community. I mean, it's like 40% a part of how we stay alive. And that is an actual fact. So thank you all for being here and participating in this. And I will have all of the emails that I'm getting. You'll be included. And now we're going to move into Stephen. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, everybody. In prepping for this call with all of you and providing this last little note for this beautiful hour that we've spent together, a little over an hour, I thought about how Dennis was with many of us in Toronto when I celebrated my 30th birthday at a little restaurant called Spaha. And I remember just having such a good time with him and dancing with him. And while it's so difficult to say goodbye to someone when they leave this earthly plane, even under natural causes, it's difficult. But when they felt like they didn't have any other choice but to take their life, it's really difficult. And I think the hardest thing about it in my heart and mind is just wrapping my mind around just how long they were suffering. And it just breaks my heart that someone like Dennis suffered for as long as he did. And the fact that, this day and this conversation we're having and sharing these beautiful memories is a testament to how much life he had. How much life he had. That life force within him was so determined. He had life business to take care of. and he did everything, and he did it so like he was on a mission, and he was. So I want to celebrate that with you all by doing something that he loved to do. Dennis loved to boogie. So let's take a last little moment to boogie together as we close out this beautiful celebration of his life. Okay.
Come on, Moch is ready.
Yes. Can you hear it? Dance as much as you want. On your feet, in your chair. I truly believe he's here with us right now. I think he would want us to dance.
Get off that chair, Rod.
good to move that energy. Move that energy.
Woo!
Yes.
Now,
Turned it up.
party on. Yes.
No.
That was so fun.
Ooh, I'm just having a flashback of Body and Soul in the Park on Sundays.
That's great.
Dennis. I'm sure I have pictures of him sometime. And then
Well, thank you all. This was everything. I'm so grateful that we did this. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to download it and I'll add like a clip or a YouTube thing that's we can put it through email or something where people that weren't able to attend can make comments and things like that.
you can put it in the Lion King Facebook group.
Yeah, that's a great
Drop
idea.
it in there. Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll do that for sure because then it won't be hard for people to find.
Right.
Thank you all. Love you so much. And I'll see you if you're available to commune. Wonderful, wonderful experience. Love you all. See you.
Everybody look at the camera real quick. I'm gonna take a screenshot.
Yay.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, hush, babe. 1, 2, 3, cheese.
Cheese.
Oh, amazing.
Great.
Oh wait, D came in right after I took it. Hold on, one more time, guys. I'm sorry. Dear God, Dad. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yay!
Yay.
All right, and I'll post it in the Facebook thread. And Joel, you just joined. We love you. We're signing off. We did this. Thank you guys so much. Truly, it was such a pleasure to be able to do this together.
Thank you.
Thank you for facilitating. Love you guys.
Love you.
Thanks, Stephen. Thanks, Toria.
Bye.
Bye.